Hello and welcome back to Ark Survival Ascended. I'm Craig. Sit back, relax, grab a drink, and let's make some mistakes. So, what are mods? Maybe you've been playing Ark and watching YouTubers play Ark and for years, and you know what mods are. Or maybe you're new to the game on PlayStation for the first time. And you have no idea what mods are. It's like, what are these mods? What are the people that monitor your chat? What's going on? I've never heard of it. So, mods are modifications. They're things you download and they modify your game in some way. So we're going to jump in. This is on the PlayStation version, as we know. So we're going to press start to get into the list here. And normally you jump into join game or create game. But let's today go all the way over to mods list and we'll jump in there. And now you say, as of today, literally this is new, just today, there are now 44 pages. Each page has 10 mods, so there's up to 440 mods today. And you'll see the options up here. Browse mods, you can go through all of them. You look at the ones you've got installed, or if you happen to be a mod maker, you can go to the My Mods page and see the ones that you've created that you're adding into the game that you're testing or whatever. We're going to look at how you install a mod, and then I'm going to show you some of the ones I'm using. And then lastly, first, before we get any further, hit that subscribe button. Do the like. Do the follow. Tell people, tell other people, hey, you're on the PlayStation, you have no idea what mods are about. Watch this video. It'll give you an idea what's going on. So I say there's 44 pages. And every one of them has a picture of some sort. So let's take a look at it for that one. It's a feature, but we'll take a look. So it shows you the name of it. It shows you who made it. Shows you how many times it's been downloaded and how big it is. So if we just, with X, click on that, it goes in. And there should be a picture coming up. Anyway, so you'll see back, if you don't want to go it, there's the picture we saw. There's an option to install it. And there's some project details, how many people have installed it, when it was last updated, that sort of thing, what kind of category is it in. And then there'll sometimes, not always, there'll be a description of what it's in. And this one, it's a modification for Ark Survival Ascended that adds a version of many existing items that can be used over and over again, plus some quality of life items, such as, and you see this, all these descriptions are in this HTML that is up on CurseForge. So you're seeing some of the HTML that isn't supported in the CurseForge page yet. I'm sure they're still working on that. Anyway, so this one gives you reusable bola, reusable flare gun, reusable grappling hook, reusable parachute, reusable spear, U+ binoculars, and a reusable torch. All those things will become things in your engrams that you can learn just like any other engrams in the game. And the idea with these is you make a bola once, and then you can throw it unlimited times. You don't have to keep making more. It's not going to have, you're not going to keep running out of them if there's people who don't want to do that. Or your reusable grappling hook, because oh my God, if you miss your grapple and you're stuck down and being chased by wolves, you don't want to have to, I don't have any left, I'm going to die. So that's what this one would do. Click here to install, and it'll give a little progress bar saying installing, and it is downloading the version that is current right now to your PlayStation. So you're not relying on CurseForge. You don't have to be online for this after it's installed. And if you don't want it, oh no, I don't want it. I don't like it. I tried it. It's not doing what I want, or it's just not for me. I don't want to be wasting, or I'm not using it. So I don't want to be wasting space because there's only so much space on the PlayStation available to store all your mods. So if I want to get rid of it, I just click the uninstall. Then it'll pop up with this window. Are you sure you want to uninstall? Continue or back. Yes, I do. And now it's gone again. So you can also decide, I just want to see what new creatures there are. Click on that and it will only show you the creatures. Let's say you wanted to have a creature in that's not on the island, because they aren't all on the island right now, right? Like there's stuff from Fjordur, stuff from Lost Island, stuff from Aberration, Extinction, all the things, stuff from Genesis Part 2. What if you wanted to have those in? Well, they're all, not all, a lot of them are here. Okay, I show you right there. There's one, because we all know how I feel about the cinema crops. It is the Hands down, the most useful shoulder pet of them all. Being able to fly in those desperate times when you need to get away from something, nothing greater. So that one I have, so it's checked off on there that is installed. So you've looked at the mods, you pick some you think you want, and you've clicked install, you've got them. Well, what do I do with it next? Can I just play my game? No. Now we got to do the next step. I know there's steps involved in mods, but they're worth it. Trust me. So let's go to create our game. Don't just do the jump in. You want to do the create game so you get all these pages. So do one thing we're interested in right now. On L1, we'll go over to the next one right here. Jump over to mod settings. Now that shows you the ones that I have enabled. So there's the active mods, the ones you are running now. And if you push R2, you jump over. Here's the ones you have. You've got these installed. And you can choose whether to put them in or not. So if we go back to active mods, you'll see they've got these arrows up and down here. This is the priority. And sometimes you'll read in the description of the mod, it will tell you this mod needs to be as high in the list as possible. Because I don't pretend to understand why we need the different order, but any modders out there who are watching, if you can give a little explanation why some things need to be earlier than others, please put it down in the description. I don't profess to know everything about mods. This is very new. I'm just showing you how to get them started. So you can move them up or down by just clicking on this. Increase the mod priority. I want it to go up top. I want this one to go up to be first. Now the problem with it is there's no button here to save. The only thing I can think of is maybe update. Let's try that. Now if we go back out of it, I push circle to go back. Go into mod list just so make sure the PS5 knows I'm on a different section. Okay, go back out again. Go back and create game. Now we put the grind indicator at top. Let's go to mod settings. Notice Cinema Crops is back at the top. This is a thing with PlayStation. That priority list doesn't actually save, so don't try and save the priority. Right now, it's not working. Thieves Necklace. This is an interesting one. This one here, let's go for the mod info. This one gives you a little quest, which is really neat. So what it is, Pegamastix and Ichthyornis, the two biggest pain in the ass creatures in the game. Attack you, especially when you're weak. They steal your stuff. The Ichthyornis eat it, so you're never getting it back. The Pegamastix steal it. If you can catch them, you might be able to get it back. But everybody would like those gone. We really would. There are mods in here that just get rid of them. You can say, nope, they don't spawn ever. I don't ever want to see them again. You can do that if that's what you want to do. Like, again, this is how you modify the game. It would make the game so much better for me. It would make the game so much better for my kids if those stupid birds wouldn't keep harassing them. Because they're young kids. They don't want to deal with that. A lot of older people like us don't want to deal with it either. But this instead makes it so every time you kill a Pegamastix and an Ichthyornis, they may drop claws or talons. And when you get 3 claws and 3 talons, you can make a necklace. That how it works is you put it on a skin on your helmet. So then you've got the necklace on. While you're wearing the necklace, Pegamastix and Ichthyornis no longer bother you. If you want the challenge, take the necklace off. They'll bother you again. But see that? It gives you a little quest. It doesn't just do it. You have to work for it, which I kind of like. If you don't, you can use a different one. But that's one of the ones I'm using. So before we go into the game, I'm actually going to walk you through the ones I've got. So first we got Cinema Crops, as I said all before. Upgrade Station. This is a very neat one, especially if you're playing PvE with a group of friends. So there are two benches on here. You get an upgrade station and a blueprint station. I don't use the upgrade station because it seems a little cheaty, but I do use the blueprint station. So what the upgrade station is, you put an item in it, and you put some of the stuff that you use to make that item. So let's say it's a cloth armor. So you put in your cloth shirt, and you put in a couple stacks of fiber, which is what you'd use to make a cloth shirt, and you click the upgrade. And what it does is it uses a number of that to upgrade the item, and you'll get like a ramshackle item or a journeyman item. And you can keep going and keep doing it, and it will make that item and keep powering it up all the way to Ascended if you keep throwing stuff in and keep doing it. That seems a little cheaty, you know. I just want to make an Ascendant shirt. I don't want to look for it. I don't want to earn it. I just want to do it. Yeah, that's just me. You don't have to, you know, if you're in a hurry, you just don't have time to look through all this. I just want the stuff now. You can do that. And it's still random. You still don't know exactly what you're going to get. But the other one, the Blueprint Station, what that one does is, let's say you're on a PvE server playing with a group of friends, and you get a drop, and it's a long neck rifle. It's like a 400% long neck rifle with 2,000 durability. Oh my God, this is so good. But I've got one. And if I die out there somewhere and I can't get my stuff back, it's gone forever. And nobody else can get one. They're all suffering with their standard 100 rifle. Oh, wouldn't it be great if we could give this to everybody? Take it to the Blueprint Station, click on it, have it make it a blueprint. Now that 600 plus rifle with the 2,000 durability is not the rifle, it's the rifle blueprint. And now you can make multiple copies. It may be real ridiculously expensive, like the Ascendant High stuff is, but now you can make copies of it. Be warned, it does destroy the one it gets a lot of the materials back, but it destroys the one you've got. But now you can take that blueprint over, throw it in your smithy, throw the materials in, and make one. Now you can make one for everybody, or they can make their own. They just come over, grab it out of the Blueprint Station, make their own. So that's a great bonus. So that's why I installed that. So you can, when you get something that's a really good item with a drop, you can turn it into a blueprint. So you can keep having, you don't lose them. Because we know we lose gear in ARC. Klinger Additional Boats, I told you, is the boat. I told you Thieveness what it's about. So Grindicator. Let's take a look at that one. So these are my suggestions. This is what I'm using. Feel free to use different ones, or if even better, what mods are you using? What mods do you think are the best mod? You gotta have it. You gotta have it. Leave a comment down below. Subscribe while you're at it, but leave a comment down below telling everybody what the mod that you think is the best mod, or one that you really find useful. Anyway, the Grindicator. This, as you can see, is a device, and what it does is it combines the grinder and the fabricator, two things into one. So it will grind all your stuff up, and it will also do all the fabrication. So you don't need to have a big fabricator. You don't need to have a huge grinder. If you want a small base, this does both. Now, as of today, there is a bug in this. So what I found is you put it out, and it's doing both. It's a grinder, it's a fabricator. It's got all the engrams that you have unlocked in the fabricator, so you can do all your stuff. Great. Leave the game, reload the game later, you come back, it's just a grinder. The fabricator part has disappeared. I've let the creator know that that's an issue on PS5, and I hope that it's an easy fix. Now you can take everything out of the Grindicator, pick it up, put it back down, then it will be both a fabricator and a grinder again. But if you grind a bunch of stuff up, that's problematic. So I'm hoping that gets fixed. Even just as a grinder, it's a grinder that's available at a lower level, and it's really small. This is a very useful one. If they get that part fixed that is a fabricator grinder, it'll be even better. Super spyglass, super binoculars. You have seen this on countless YouTube videos that the PC gamers have been using for years. It does exactly what it says. You get this, and it gives you new spyglass, and it gives you a set of binoculars that you can use, and you look at anything, and it gives you the stats on it. Not just creatures. You look at another player, it gives you their stats. You look at a building, it gives you its stats. It's in everything, gives you the stats for it. There's a version of it that's just spyglass with that terrible field of view that's really hard to use. There's a spyglass with a zoom in and zoom out function, or there's binoculars that have a better field of view, has night vision on it, and the zoom in, zoom out, and all that stuff. And if you're holding it in your hand and you look at anything under your crosshair, it will pop up that card with the information in it. But if you use the binoculars, you can zoom in on faraway creatures, like that creature halfway across the map. What is that? It's a level 15 it's level 15 Argent. We don't want that one. It also can make you more picky because, oh, that one's only got like a 5 in stamina. That one's not going to be able to be very fast for very long. I don't want that one. Let's look for a better one. Can make you more picky. Doesn't break the game. Just gives you a little more information. Now this one just popped up on the list a couple days ago, and I added it right away. And it literally does what it says on the tin. Return to the beacons. So if you've been in playing Ark Survival Ascended, you know that when you die, a death marker is created, a death point of interest, and it's put on the map, and it's also out in the world. You can see it and you can head for it. Now, the problem with it is when you get within 5-10 meters, something like that, the icon disappears off the world. Still on the map, but it's gone out of the world. Now, I don't know exactly what the thinking was here, because what they've done is they've created a map with about 10 times as much foliage all over the ground. And they've given us the satchel that your equipment is in, changed the color of it so it looks more like the rocks. So, looks like a rock, whole bunch of foliage over it. Almost impossible to find your stuff. You'll be searching around for 5 or 6 minutes sometimes, or maybe you won't find it at all. And now we know creatures that kill you like to corpse guard. So you'll come back and, well, I need to get my stuff, but the Therizinosaur that just killed me is standing by it. And because I can't find it, I've got to search around. I can't search around with that guy there. Yeah. So what this does, it's put back the beams that you said, and they're pink instead of green, if you care about that. But they disappear once you clear your corpse, just like it used to be. Hopefully, the developers will just put that back into the game, and we don't need to use this mod. But until then, you want your death beam back, there it is. I bet there are people watching me and I go, oh, thank God, oh, the death beam. Because it's so frustrating when you don't have it. And the last one here, Dino Plus. So you may have heard of the S Plus mod that PC users were using for years. It adds so many things to it. This one is based on that and just adds some of the things. So it adds the nanny and the hatchery. The hatchery finds the eggs, pulls them in, hatches them. The nanny feeds them and imprints them. So all of a sudden, those eggs, I have staff for that now. The improved refrigerator, improved smithy, improved cooker, improved fabricator, improved chemistry bench. Every one of these, all they really do is increase the inventory space so you can put more stuff in them and make the actual models smaller so you can fit more of them in a smaller base, which is really nice. So they don't do a lot of things. They don't change the device, right? They don't make it do things it doesn't do. They just make it hold more, a little smaller. And we got the nanny and we got the hatchery. So it takes a lot of the grunt work out of raising dinos up, which that's great. Let's say they've made an update to the base game, they put death beams back in. So I don't need that. I would just go down here to click deactivate mod and it would go off the list. Or if there's a mod I've downloaded that I'm not using right now, such as the Dino Painter or the stacking mod, I would go in there, highlight it, click activate it, and it would add it to the list. And as I said right now, on the PlayStation, you can't change the order. Like, you can change the order of this. It won't save it. When you go into the game, it won't be there. Okay. So right there, right away, there's the nanny. I don't have the hatchery made yet because I need to get veggie cakes, which means I need to get honey and I need to get crops going. And my new base, as you see, is still in progress, but we're at Fallview. Talk about your view, right? And this entire wall is going to be glass. So there's the grindicator. If you take a look into it right now, as you see, there are no engrams. And as you see, it's full of stuff from the things I've been grinding up. Say, well, what are you grinding up to get all this stuff? So what happens every time you get a drop? Oh, here's an ascendant foamy saddle. Who the heck needs an Phomia saddle? But it's an Ascendant Phomia saddle, which means it takes a lot of stuff to make it. Throw it in the grinder, grind it up, you get all those materials. So there, definitely also what's working, the Cinema Crops mod is working, because there they are. 3 little Sinnohs. And I had to catch them just as normal. I had to find them out in the wild, had to get the chitin, had to wait for them to land, with the hearts go up, feed them, they fly away, you chase them, and blah, blah, blah. Again, it's exactly the same. All the functionality is there. Then I can grab them. There, pick one up. Switch to third person there. And I hold down X, and we flap. Let go X, we don't. Hold down square. Go to that. I can go to its inventory. And I can put stuff in, take stuff out, just like always. I can add points to it. And I can throw it off like normal. So the only reason I'm doing that is because we want to show you one more thing. So, goodbye, cruel world! Yeah! Ooh! I didn't die? Well, maybe there's some piranhas. Any other time you're doing something, shark would have appeared by now. Unbelievable. If I was trying to get my bag back. Okay, there we go. And there you see, that's what it... Oh, well, what took you so long, shark? Come at me after I'm dead. Okay. So, as I say, it shows last death on the screen. That's where I died. But what it also shows, our death beams are back. So that mod is in. See, and then that's just a quality of life fix there. But there you go. That's how you use mods. That's how you install mods, uninstall mods. That's how you activate them. We can't change the order of the priority. So if that needs to be done, you can't really do it right now on PlayStation anyway. Thank you for watching. Do the like, the follow, subscribe. All the things you know how to do anyway. And we'll see you next time with some more information on Ark Survival Ascended. See ya.